This is Rockin' with J-Man. Is with Steve Blaze from Lillian Axe. How you doing, man?
I'm good, Jam Man. How's everything going with you?
Good, man. Just enjoying life. Can't
Absolutely.
believe school's actually coming very soon. Very,
All
very
right. What
soon.
grade are you in?
I'm going to be six. Well, not six, but like six.
Sixth grade, right.
Yeah.
When do you start?
September 6th or
Really? September. Wow. See, I have a son he started seventh grade today already. Yeah, down here in Louisiana, all the schools are actually starting now. So you got a full extra month of vacation, man. Good for you.
But then you guys end in like June though. You guys end in like no, you guys end in May actually. You guys actually
Yeah.
end
Where do
in
you go? June?
Yeah, we end at June. You end a
Oh,
little earlier and then
right.
we end a little later. Okay.
Yeah.
Time
Okay.
zone.
So
Yeah, this is crazy.
good deal.
Yeah. For those who are watching not familiar with you yet, why don't you give me your backstory?
Okay, well, first of all, I started the band a long time ago, man. Our first album came out in 1988. And since then, we're releasing our new album, which is our 10th studio record, From Womb to Tomb, comes out a week from Friday. And we've had 15 releases. So over the years, like as far back when we first came out, it was when we had videos on MTV back when long time ago. MTV used to play a lot of music videos. So we've been around. We've been touring around the world and putting out records since 1988, man. So that's like 30, 34 years, 33 years, man. So we went around for a long time, man.
And this is a new lineup of the band, right?
Well, we have a new singer and a new drummer. This is Brent Graham's the new singer, and Wayne Stokely's the new drummer. Been knowing these guys for a while, but this is their first. They've been in the band a couple of years, but their first record with us. Michael Max is the original bass player when I started the band, and Sam Poitevent, the other guitar player, he's been in the band for 23 years now.
How are the new singers and the drummers? How do you think they play?
Oh, he's doing great. They're not only are they amazing drummers and singer, like Wayne. We met Wayne on tour about 10 years ago. We did a tour with Jack Russell's Great White, Faster Pussycat, and Bullet Boys and Pretty Boy Floyd. And Wayne was the drummer. I know Wayne was the drummer for Pretty Boy Floyd at the time. So we met him, and he spent more time on our bus than on his bus. So we became good friends. So he's a fantastic drummer. So when the position came open, called him immediately. And so he's doing great. And Brent's an amazing singer. And not only are they amazing musicians, but they're the best people in the world, which is very important in a band to have, kindred spirits, people that you can live with on the road, that you can become friends and brothers with. So we're very fortunate. Band's doing fantastic right now.
Well, good for you, man. Good for you.
Thanks.
But your band's right, like you are the boss, right?
I am the boss. You're right about that. Well, I formed the band, right? I write the material, I produce the records. I guess I'm like the quarterback. I don't like to say the boss, but the quarterback. Somebody's got to be in charge of getting everything done. And but everybody has, input, and we all get along real well. And most of the time, everybody pretty much agrees on everything. So
you definitely are the boss because I only started the band and everything like that, no need to give me any credit, but
right. I did start it, so I'm kind of like the dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm a good, nice boss though. I'm an easy boss. As long as they do what I tell them, I'm a good boss. No, I'm kidding.
And you wrote all these new songs upcoming on the album From Womb to Tomb?
Yes, I did. there's one song called Feelings of Absence that my son that I was telling you about, he just turned 13. When he was probably 7 or 8 years old, he was playing with his iPad and made a little song. And I used that riff. I taped it on my phone and came back to it last year and wrote the intro to that song from the riff that he wrote when he was a little baby. So now he's got a writer's credit on that one song.
Man, so I guess your son's destined to be an artist if he's already helping you out.
I hope so. And he hasn't quite like dived into the whole musical thing yet. Everybody thinks he should be a guitar player like his dad, but he hasn't gotten into that yet. I think eventually he will be, but I think he has musical talent. He's just into sports and school and video games right now. So, which that's all good. He's doing well. So,
has he done band?
No, he's not interested. I mean, he's got his own guitars. He's got his own Fender Strat. I have 40 guitars in the house. You know, you'd think he would just go pick them up and play, but he's not into it yet, you know? So we'll see. He's got time.
I mean, like, he could try for his percussion, or he could do the guitar player. He always got a guitar player for his father. He could do like
I know, exactly. So I think he actually kind of is leaning a little bit to, he kind of likes keyboards, you know, because it's kind of like a more related to a computer, you know, so he can make sense. I told him that, and he likes listening to soundtracks on video games. And I said, hey, you can create these for yourself. You have to learn how to play keyboards first. So I'm working on it, trying to get him to get into it.
Did you write any songs during the lockdown?
We were recording during the lockdown, so we would go in the studio. So I think a few of them were written. A couple of them had been written for several years, and I had them in my back catalog of songs. And then when I needed a song that fit that particular moment on the record, I would go back and listen. But most of the songs were written as we were recording the record, so it's pretty fresh. But yeah, we were recording all through the lockdown. We'd go in there. Of course, we'd only keep a couple of us in there at a time, and we were taking care of ourselves. So we didn't slow down. We kept on getting this thing done for the last 2-3 years, actually.
So you guys were doing big things back in the 80s, touring with all the big hair metal bands.
Yeah, you know, we've played with everybody from Judas Priest to Eddie Money. We've co-headlined death metal festivals, believe it or not, even though we're not similar to that whatsoever. We played with Godsmack, Accept, Cinderella, you know, just about every band you can imagine. We toured with Alice Cooper twice. Pretty much any band of our genre, we've done shows with them on festivals and cruises and at different dates here and there. So we kind of fit in a little bit with everybody.
And you got your band name from watching Creepshow.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Creepshow?
Oh my God, I love Creepshow.
Okay, you know the beginning part where that little boy's in his room and his dad's being mean to him, and he looks up and he sees that skeleton floating in the window with the bridesmaid outfit on?
Yeah.
That scene inspired me to come up with the name Lillian Axe.
Okay.
I had just seen the movie. I saw the movie Creepshow, and we were in the process of trying to come up with a name. We were called Oz at the time, and we were going to change the name. And then I came up with creepy old lady name. What can I come up with? Lillian Axe. Yeah, that's it. And it just hit me that quick.
Have you watched the new show yet?
Oh, with the different tales on it.
Yeah,
like,
the different one. Yeah.
I've seen a couple. Haven't been able to watch all of them, but yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with Creepshow. I mean, the original was such a classic.
Yeah, it's really good though. Trust me, it is pretty good.
So on the first one, they had the 5. I don't know if you remember the one about the roaches.
Yeah.
One about the guy with the birthday cake, and then the guy and his girlfriend that got drowned, and they came back from the water, and then the beast. What was your favorite one out of those 5?
I'm pretty sure I'll have to go with the birthday cake. I just love it.
Birthday. Now, do you remember the one with the guy that the meteor hit and he got and the grass or the weeds?
Oh, yeah, like, and it had that guy in it, like it was
Dorothy
Patrick.
Farrell, you know what it was?
Yeah, I know what it was with the dog and the goo try to keep on getting him, and yeah,
And
I
he
know.
kept growing the hair, the grass kept, and he turned into a tree. Anyway, that actually Stephen King that was played that part. Stephen King wrote all those stories. So Stephen King's Creep Show. So that was him actually doing some acting in that particular short story. I don't know if you knew that.
I did remember that. It's just that I was just thinking of something. I think it's because I was thinking like Stand Down. Remember that one movie where the devil like almost took over the earth? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, but I probably did see it. I've seen so many horror movies. I don't remember.
Like it's a TV show. The devil almost took over the earth, but they got like a group of people. It's with a deaf kid, and he's with that Stan. You know that.
I don't remember.
That's
the movie, The Stand. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a Stephen King movie, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking. I think so, and I was thinking of the guy who played Patrick, the slow one. I was thinking of that one.
So you're a horror movie fan, obviously, with your Jason mask up in it.
Oh, I actually got it signed.
Really? By who? By the guy that played Jason?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah. I can't really wear it that much. I'll only wear it for one time right now.
It looks good on you, man. It looks good. Yeah, I'm a big horror movie fanatic too. And I do ghost hunting also. So that's kind of I'm all into anything creepy.
You did do ghost hunting, man? I want to do ghost hunting so bad.
I have a ghost hunting team, and we just filmed the documentary that's coming out next year. I'll let you know so you can see it. Yeah, we do real ghost hunting.
Yo, could you take me on one of these times?
You want to go? All right.
Yeah, dude. Because, like, all right, but my only thing, my rule, don't take me to demon stuff because that stuff can like get onto you.
Yeah, we don't play. You see, most people that are real ghost hunters know to not play around with that. So we don't do that. We're just going there to find spirits and ghosts that we can communicate with. Anytime we come up with something that's bad or evil, we stay away from it. So we don't mess with that either.
Okay. Is it usually scary sometimes?
At first, it wasn't really scary. More, it was exciting. Like if I got touched by something or felt electricity or heard voices or saw stuff, it was startling, but it didn't scare me. Now we'll go in haunted places in the pitch black in the middle of the night, nobody's ever been hurt, or it's kind of exciting, scary, not, oh gosh, I got to get out of here now. It's bad.
Did you?
It's kind of.
I'm really sorry for interrupting. I'm so
sorry.
No,
not at all.
Did you go to one of those infinite places like the Witcher House, or like did you go to Salem?
No, we have not gone to Salem. I'm down in Louisiana, so we do like Louisiana, Mississippi, down in the South.
Okay.
But yeah, because there's a lot of scary stuff down here.
We did a place in Buffalo. My dad and my mom did. They did a scary tour. They say that it's haunted and everything, and the floors are real weak there. Like 20 years later, I think it was like right now, well, like 10 or 5 years later.
Right.
Some lady was trying to do it, and she fell right through the floor.
Oh, really? Oh, my gosh. Yeah. You got to be careful. We go into some old dilapidated buildings sometimes, and we have to check the floors out because in those buildings, I mean, they have holes in the floors. And, a lot of times when you go into these old places and nobody lives, you're pretty much just taking a risk. So we have to be real careful. So we have a crew that goes in and checks everything out ahead of time to make sure everything's safe. But yeah, you got to be careful on those. Yeah.
So my mom and my dad went through the thing. They got off the tour. And they did a little adventuring of themselves. So he went into one room, and my mom said that somebody touched her or somebody whispered in her ear.
Nice. Yeah. Did she freak?
Oh yeah, she screamed. Oh yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
Do you guys have a haunted res?
You mean like a hotel or bed and breakfast or something? What do you mean?
Reservation.
Oh, like an Indian reservation?
Yeah.
No, but there is a lot of there are a lot of Indian burial grounds and a lot of Indian culture down here. So we've been to a lot of places and neighborhoods that have been built over Indian burial grounds and stuff. And we find that there's a lot of activity in those areas, but there are whole neighborhoods in Louisiana, Mississippi that are built on those grounds. So we've actually, an individual residence that we went to was built over on an Indian reservation, and they kept seeing a wolf in the window of the house. I saw pictures of it, and the lady was taking a bath, and a ghost of a wolf walked into the bathroom and went through the walls. So pretty interesting.
Did the Ed and the Lorraine Warren take that ghost? Did they take that ghost?
The Warrens. Okay, yeah. No, I don't know, but the lady on my team that is she's a medium.
Mm-hmm.
She went ghost hunting with the Warrens back when they were alive.
Wow.
Yeah, they were the pioneers of ghost hunting.
Yeah, they're like the father and the mother of ghost hunting. They and the crazy part is they've really done ghost hunting because they've done stuff with demons. Like,
oh yeah,
they took on the devil actually. Like they.
Yep. You're right. Yeah, they were educated, they were experienced, and they knew, and they had the right tools. And look how powerful, bad evil side is. They had a lot of struggles dealing with demons. So, you really just don't want to play around with that. Even though, as Christians, we have the strength of God with us, it's still something you don't want to play around with.
Hey, man, I don't want to get possessed.
No,
I'm good. I'm just good for that. Yeah, I'm too good.
Good. You stay that way.
In your manager was the nephew of a famous comedian.
Milton Berle, yeah. Marshall Berle was managing Rat at the time. And we were asked to do a bunch of shows with Rat before we got signed. And then that's when Robin Crosby, the guitar player for Rat, saw us, and he wanted to produce our album. So Marshall Berle called me and asked me if we were interested in having a record deal, which of course we were. So he got us our record deal with MCA, and Robin Crosby from Rat produced us. But Marshall Berle was the nephew of Milton Berle, the famous comedian. And I actually got to have lunch and dinner with Milton Berle on 2 separate occasions. So I got to meet him a couple of times, and he was a crazy old guy, but he was funny.
Did you ever get to meet Milton? Did you?
Yeah, twice. Had lunch with him, and then he had a private little birthday party like for 10 people at the Rainbow in Los Angeles, and we went and had dinner with him another time. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Then grunge came out in the 90s, and everybody stopped listening to that kind of music.
Yeah, I think that was kind of silly because, to be honest with you, there's not a whole heck of a lot of difference in the styles. I mean, it just a little bit here and there. But I think the media and the press made much bigger deal out of it, like they always do, to try to sell papers and sensationalize everything. So instead of wearing leather and poofing the hair up, all the bands did was just change and start wearing flannel and shorts and not taking baths. So, but you can listen to bands from the 80s and bands from the 90s and appreciate both of them. There's not that much of a difference. There's no reason why we can't listen to all kinds of rock.
Yeah. Yeah. And then finally something else, a greater enemy. Hip hop. Right in the 1990s. They struck because we were torn up. We were busy in a civil war, and they just came out of nowhere. Eminem started listening on some beats. Tupac and Biggie, then Snoop Dogg. Then they died, and everybody wanted to listen to them more. And then we got Kanye West, and then we finally got Drake. And then as we know right now, we got all these people like Lil T, Lil P, Lil BB, and then little CJ, little Machine Gun Kelly. Well, no, he's rock and roll now. I think he's on our side.
Oh,
yeah.
This week.
Little Machine Gun, Little Uzi. That's who I'm thinking.
It's all little something, huh? Right.
Yeah, Little Uzi Vert. I only know the old ones that much. Like everybody go, oh, Lil Baby, the baby, Lil Baby, the baby, Drake.
All right, man. You can hurt yourself. Calm down. It's all right. It'll be all right. We're still rocking out there. Don't let the hip hop people get you.
It's like
look. I agree with you. I don't. As a musical style, I just don't like it at all. I try not, if things that I don't like, I try not to like speak ill of them. I just avoid them. I don't like. I don't think that the topics that in most rap songs are decent at all. I think it's a lot of it's done just to try to be shocking and to make people think it's cool. I mean, seriously, as a musician, I listen, I get nothing musically out of it. And lyrically, it's pretty degrading. And if people if they like it, that's fine. Hey, everybody likes different kinds of stuff. Go for it. But I think a lot of people listen to it because they think that it makes them cool to listen to it when it really doesn't at all. If you like it and you genuinely really like that kind of music, which I don't, then go for it. Enjoy it. But it does absolutely nothing for me. I could listen to jazz first before I listen to that.
Yeah. Some of my favorite music, but it's old now, but nobody really listens to it, is the 50s music.
I love 50s and 60s music. That was where it all started from. I'll tell you, the best decade for me for music was the 70s.
So yeah, disco was like all time.
Well, that part of this, I wasn't really in disco. I listen to disco before I will hip hop, that's for sure. But like in the 70s, like what Elton John and Bread and Jimi Hendrix and a lot of songwriters, and there weren't so many bands that you just, gosh, there's too many bands. You can't get the opportunity to listen to everything. So Led Zeppelin and the Who and the Stones and the Beatles, that era was fantastic because there were less bands, so you could concentrate more on them. And they worked about great songs. It wasn't about how you looked or, being like trying to be cliquey and, I've got to look a certain way and act a certain way or anything. It was just about writing great songs and being a great band. So to me, the 70s were the best decade for music.
Hey, people's opinions, and I love the 70s, 50s, 60s through all to the 90s. Like the 2000s, we got some good ones, and then
it's gotten kind of worse since then. Now, let me ask you this: do you like classical music at all?
Classical music, like sometimes, yeah, I can do.
Like Beethoven and Bach and.
So one song or something like that.
All right, I'm gonna give you 2 songs to listen to. Okay.
Okay.
That's different kind of stuff. You want to listen to Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata.
Okay.
Right. And there's another classical piece that's been in a bunch of movies. Like it was in
Star Wars
movie. No, it's called Adagio, Adagio, Adagio for Strings by Samuel Barber.
Okay.
I think about Barber, haircut Barber. Okay. Samuel Barber, Adagio for Strings, and Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. Listen to those.
Okay.
And it's a whole different thing than like heavy metal and hard rock, but it's beautiful. And all the melodies in there they're all the same melodies that, hard rock guys use, I think you'll like it. It's just a whole different thing. It'll definitely chill you out. Okay. When you start school, especially. Listen to that, and then you'll be ready for homework.
Okay. Oh, my God. 6th grade's going to hit me like a punch, man.
This
is just going to be hurtful.
No, look, I'm telling you, I tell my son this all the time. You got to look at it like this. I know it's a lot more fun to do other stuff, but if I could go back to school right now, I would take it like I just want to learn everything. I want to learn and learn. And the more you learn and get familiar with, the smarter you're going to be. And the more you're going to be able to be more successful at other things that you get into. So like right now, you're a smart guy, you're well-spoken, but as you get in more into school, you're going to be even smarter, and you're going to be 10 steps above everybody else because you put yourself and applied yourself. So that's what you need to do. You got good things ahead of you, man.
Thanks. How did you hook up with Global Rock Records? How did you hook up with them?
Okay. Well, this is actually our 9th record deal. Okay. Global Rock, there is an A&R man named Giles Lavery. And Giles is, he knows our drummer, Wayne. They've talked to each other on the internet and stuff, but they knew each other. And when Wayne joined Lillian Axe, Giles was like, hey, we've got a new label starting over here in the UK. And I love Lillian Axe. I wish I could sign them. And so Wayne's like, well, I'm the new drummer. I can put you in touch with Steve. And then we did. And then about a year ago, we signed a new deal for the new album, and they reissued our whole past catalog. So it's been a great relationship now. So looking forward to seeing how we do as the record comes out.
You almost had Jane Lane as a singer. What happened with that?
Well, actually, that's kind of, everybody says that, but what happened is when we were about to sign our record deals, Janie Lane had Warrant and I had Lillian, and we both about to sign our deals. Marshall Burrell, that we talked about, manager, flew him down to hang out with me just to see if there was any way that the two of us together could work together and, maybe be start another band together. And Janie was a great guy, very talented, but, I had my thing, and I was kind of the quarterback for my team, and he had Warrant with the quarterback for his team. So we both had our own songs and our own bands. So we just wound up becoming good friends and hanging out for a little bit, and that was it.
Hey, things happen sometimes. You gotta stick with your team.
That's it.
Out of all the things you've done with this band over your life, what is the one thing you wish you could have done different?
Well, I kind of wish we maybe had not have taken a break in 1996 for a couple of years. And I wish we had maybe released some different singles and videos on when our biggest albums were starting to sell a lot of records. The record company made some bad decisions on not putting out a video for our biggest single and going to the wrong single for the second one and doing a video for that. So things like that. But, I go back and I think about the decisions I've made. And if I went back there again, not knowing what I know now, but just the same way, knowing and thinking how I did back then, I'd make the same choices. Now, if I went back now, knowing what I know now about the music industry and being wiser and being a little bit more cautious, I'd have made a few other decisions, maybe different management decisions, stuff like that. But we always really stayed true to what we thought was the best.
So with your band, what's the plans for the release? A big party or what?
Well, it comes out in a week and 4 days. And we are doing a show this weekend here in where I live in Mandeville, kind of a warm-up show, because the week after we play the Monsters on the Mountain Festival in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And the next day we fly out to London to headline 7 dates in the UK. So we'll be playing England, Scotland, and Wales. Then we come back and then pick up and start to do some more dates around here. We have a video that's debuting this Friday in 4 days at 10 a.m. Central Time. And what time is it where you are right now?
12:33.
Where are you? What city are you located in?
I'm in Buffalo.
Okay, so you're an hour ahead of me. So 11 o'clock Friday morning, your time. If you go to Lillian Axe Facebook pages or the website, there's a link there and you can see the brand new video for the first single, I Am Beyond.
Okay.
And then do these shows, go to the UK, come back and pick them up, and then do more shows and figure out, what kind of touring we're going to do for this record.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Thanks. So you guys are playing in Europe for the first time in 30 years, man. Congratulations on that.
I appreciate it. Actually, we've been to Europe, but we haven't toured the UK. So like the last time we were in Europe was like 9 years ago or so. And we did the eastern side of Europe, but we did one festival in England, but we have not toured through Scotland and Wales and England in like 29 years or so. So and back then we went like several times. So it's going to be pretty interesting to go and see all these fans that haven't had the opportunity to see us in so long. So I'm looking forward to doing it. May even try to get a little ghost hunting in while I'm over there.
What about the U.S.? Hey.
Well, we're working on that right now. I know we have some shows down in the South, but we're trying to put together a good tour for like the beginning of the year.
What is it like touring after a pandemic?
Well, we haven't like gone out since this pandemic, so it's only been about a year or so. We haven't been going out for long periods of time. We'll go out and do a few shows in a row, whatever. I think the only difference is just getting people to not be so afraid and concerned about going out. I mean, if you take care of yourself and you take the right precautions and do the best you can, it's all you can really do at this point. I don't think it's going to change that much, except for I think a lot more people are going to be a little more hesitant to go out. I'm hoping that everybody starts to get over that. But as far as like what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing we've always done.
Hey, man, I really think COVID's over. In my opinion, nobody's really gotten it and everything like that. And I think it's just really over. Every store, I don't see masks no more. Not a single mask.
Yeah, that's pretty much good. I think what I look at is like this. Look, there are a lot of things out there, a lot of flus and diseases and things that are always going to be potentially something we can catch, right? So we take care of ourselves. If anything, maybe this has made people more aware of washing your hands more, using sanitizer, being careful. If you're sick, stay away from other people. Maybe we're more aware of this now so that we don't have to have it as a pandemic anymore. But I think it's just a good thing for everybody to I always used hand sanitizers for the last 30 years. Even before this, I don't like germs, so keep clean and try to take care of yourself as best as you can.
I've been to a few shows and fans seem more into the shows after not being able to rock out for years, in my opinion. I've been like at Foghat and everybody wanted to dance but the security's brutal.
Oh yeah. No, I agree with you, man. The bands, you miss playing and then you finally get out there. And I think I hope the fan base on the whole starts to, everybody was talking so much about during the pandemic. I can't wait to get out. We got to have shows. But I still think that people are still a large degree are still afraid to go out, so we just have to keep fighting through it.
What is life like on the road for you?
Gosh, I've been doing this for so many years. Back in the old days, it was like, jump in a van, an equipment truck and go city to city and just constantly playing and keeping busy. Now, because we've been doing this for so long, we're a little smarter about how we do our shows. So we're traveling wise, it's a little bit better, but it's always, it's a lot of traveling. And then you get there and you sound check and you hurry up and wait. So it tends to be kind of boring until you get on stage, and unless you have days off, you really can't go off anywhere and do anything because you got a show to do. You got sound check and you got to meet people and do autographs and meet and greets and that kind of stuff. So we really enjoy that aspect of it. I don't like to fly if I don't have to. And sitting in vehicles for 7-8 hours a day is kind of kind of boring and aggravating. But at the end of the day, once we get on stage and get to meet our friends and fans, it's all worth it.
What is on your rider?
We don't do weird things because we want the promoters to, I'm not going to have a promoter, spend $100 on, only purple M&Ms. That's silly. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds a little goofy.
Hey, you'd be surprised some of these things. We just, the things that we really want to do are make sure that everybody in band and crew is fed well, that we have food, during the day, dinner time, after the show, that we have the right amount of loaders for equipment. But as far as like the weird things, iced tea, we don't drink. So they might have maybe 1 6-pack of light beer in case a guest wants to have a beer. But a lot of waters, drinks, fruit juice, tea, snacks, fruits, vegetables, chocolate. I used to have smoked oysters, but I don't do that anymore. And make sure we have, lots of towels, shower, good dressing rooms, that kind of stuff. I mean, we don't do the weird things like, all right, I have to have Butterfinger candy bars with the chocolate peeled off of all of them there, that kind of stuff.
The only problem that I have with seafood is that it can go bad real quick if you don't eat it or finish it. Like
that is
when you have lobster or crab, you have to eat it all that night because you're not there's no more tomorrow. Yeah,
we're pretty careful. And most of the promoters, the promoters don't want the bands getting sick because they won't have a show. So they're pretty good about, serving up good food with catering, etc. But there always seems to be pizza involved in it. That's
it's pizza.
I know.
You don't like pizza or something?
I love pizza. Are you kidding? I think my pizza once a day at least. That's his favorite food. So.
Yo, the only problem that I have is that he doesn't put wings with it. Like, who does that?
Put links with what?
Wings. Chicken wings?
Oh, wings. Oh, I love chicken wings.
With pizza?
My son likes garlic Parmesan wings. I like honey barbecue.
I like spicy wings.
Yeah, you like the...
Not the ones where it's like, water, milk, anything. I'm talking about like the wings.
I've had some hot wings that were so hot that it made me cry. That's how bad it was. I'm not into that. I like the honey barbecue is my favorite.
I like the ones where they just drizzle it a little bit and like hot sauce. Hey man, I'm not that much of a spice guy. I do not have that much of a spice tolerance. I can't even eat like a sausage patty with like jalapeno skins in it.
What about chicken wings? You're boneless or bone in?
Bone in.
I'm with you. My son likes boneless. I'm bone in.
I like bone. You get more meat and like it's kind of just better in my opinion because I usually break mine up because do you like it with blue cheese or ranch?
Yeah. I like ranch, but I like blue cheese too. But ranch probably is my preference.
There's a place in my area called Maddie's. They have the best blue cheese with pizza and wings. I can finally dip pizza in it. I always love that place. I used to.
Hey, you're making me hungry, brother.
Yeah, bro. When people talk about food, I get hungry.
Yeah, same here, man.
Do you have a ritual before you guys go on stage?
Not anything weird, to be honest with you. I like for the band to be alone by ourselves for about a half hour before the show. So, we stretch, obviously, because we move around a lot. So we do a lot of leg and arm stretching. And I have this massage gun that I take and I do my arm, my forearms and everything.
Yeah, with the ball, right? And you put it on. Yeah.
Put it on my forearms and I put it on my wrist and stuff just to keep my hands loose, because I was going through a time where I was getting numbness in my hands. And so my hand doctor said, you've got carpal tunnel in both your wrists. But I don't want to have the surgery. So he just gives me the injections. But I'm always making sure that we're nice and loosened up, that we're all hydrated, everybody's good. We talk about any little changes in the set or anything like that. For the most part, everybody's just kind of quiet, keeping our heads together. But I like for us to be by ourselves, just the crew, and so we ask our friends and wives and family and all, give us a half hour, and then we'll see you after the set. So,
what is your favorite memory from playing the show?
One of my favorite memories is probably playing Tokyo in Japan. We went to Japan for like 4 days. We did one show, but we did about 3 days of sightseeing and interviews and press. And so that was fun. That's a beautiful culture over there. And it was, the furthest we'd ever been away from home. So going over there and seeing fans halfway across the world was pretty exciting for us.
Man, are they really a rock and roll kind of country?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We went to the Hard Rock Cafe that night to have dinner after the show. And there was about 100 Japanese little girls in there, and they were screaming. We thought Elvis walked into the room. It was
yeah. like 17-year-olds or like like 17-year-olds or 6-year-olds? What kind of little girls?
Oh no, these are like teenage and 20-year-olds.
Man, I wish I could be like you sometimes, man. I want it.
Oh man, give it time, brother. You're gonna be a girl magnet. You just keep your eye on the studies, man. You get plenty of girls.
I usually get the older people, actually.
That's good. Well, you're probably more mature and older looking than your age. So just, you'll be all right, brother. You'll be all right.
Thanks.
Keep things in perspective now, right?
All right. Okay.
All right.
What is your worst memory from playing a show?
Oh, wow. Shoot. I'm trying to think if we have any like really. I don't really know if I have anything. I mean, you have so many weird things like going, playing in Europe and playing weird venues and stuff like that. But nothing ever. Well, I can tell you one time, a long time ago on tour, that after a show, we were on our tour bus and some guy came and started beating on the tour bus and broke it with a brick and trying to break into the bus because he thought his girlfriend was on the bus hanging out with the band. And it wasn't the case.
Why didn't?
So,
I'm sorry.
Here came and ran, and our road manager had to go and get his gun out and come in. The guy was trying to get into our bus to look for his girlfriend, but she wasn't anywhere near us. So they had to chase him off, and he almost like ran into some of our crew and fans out in the parking lot and took off, and they threw a brick, went through the guy's windshield. And then they come to find out the next day that this guy was a crazed fan that looking for his girlfriend, but his father had been arrested for trying to blow up the sheriff in that town. So that was a little scary as far as like, if this guy would have gotten in on the bus, even though his girlfriend wasn't on the bus, what would he have done to one of us, So
why wouldn't you guys just jump him though?
Well, I didn't even know what was going on. I was in the back lounge. I was just sitting back, probably just watching TV or chilling out. It was after.
The only possibly thing that he could probably do is just getting jumped. It's like there's 8 of you on that bus or more.
Well, we couldn't get to him. He was coming in trying to get through the big door, and he was breaking it with a brick and trying to come in. So when they ran out, the crew did get him, but they didn't jump on him. They just chased him out, and he jumped in his car and left.
Man,
then they threw a brick through his windshield.
It just would have been a beatdown, just a poor.
Yeah. Well, try not to, even if you're like beating up a bad guy, sometimes that gets you in trouble as well. So you got to be careful.
You got to be careful on how you can beat them up. You can beat them up, but you don't want to do it a little.
You don't want to go too far.
what do you do on your downtime for fun?
Well, I do a lot of stuff. First of all, I own my own company. I take kung fu. I coach my son's baseball. Um, we love going to movies. My wife and my son and I would go to movies. We shop. We love eating out. But sports, TV, virtual reality, video games. Like I said, take martial arts for a long time, play sports. And I ghost hunt. I have a ghost hunting team, like I was telling you earlier. So, all right, when we're in the area, man, or you come down here, come down south, we'll take you with us.
All right, man. I would love to do that. I think it would be really fun. And also, one more thing. I see boxing. Show me.
You box?
Yeah, I box.
Good for you, man. Yeah. Well, I've been taking Shaolin Kung Fu for 23 years, and I took Taekwondo for about 7 years.
Are you a black belt or what?
Well, the Shaolin form that I take, if I was taking a regular Americanized form, I would be about a 3rd-degree black belt. But the form that I take is a unique form. It takes about 4 years to get a belt. So I am doing my brown belt now, and then I'll get my black. So by the time I get my black belt, I will have been doing Kung Fu about 28 years. It takes a long time. Now, that's because of this type of form. I take weapons and Pakwa and Hessing Ai and Shaolin and Kung Fu and other forms that go, and Tai Chi as well. So I've been doing that. And then I wrestled in high school.
Oh, you're going to do wrestling too? I'm going to try to do wrestling.
High school, I was one state twice and one city twice wrestling in high school. So you like wrestling too?
Yeah, I'm a big kid, so I think I would be good at it.
They have different weight classes, so you can wrestling in high school will be good, man. It's a very disciplined sport. Mm-hmm. Good for you.
Yeah. Oh my God, man. So I'm scared of you now for some reason. I'm just scared of you.
You don't want to be scared of me.
No.
I'm a big pussycat.
but that's crazy. You've been taking karate for 23 years, and like, what do you know how to like take someone out with like one stare or something, like a pinky stab?
You can't really take it out with a stare. You can take somebody out with one strike. But I'll tell you one thing that I've really learned more than anything, because I've been doing martial arts for 30 years and wrestling, is I don't want to have to do that. I will walk away from a fight before anything else. So you want to stay away as much as you can, because it doesn't take much to really hurt somebody. So you have to make a determination, and you're in a situation, you have to do it quick. Are you going to hurt somebody? Are you going to stun them? Are you going to hurt them? Are you going to maim them? Or in a case where somebody's got a gun or a knife on you or your loved one, are you going to have to do what you have to do? So the mental part is the most important thing, because you can be a quintuple black belt, and if somebody takes a gun and shoots you in the head, you're going to die. So all the martial arts in the world can't protect you from some things, but the mentality is to stay away from it. Remember that, grasshopper.
Remember that, grasshopper. Now, now wash my walls. Get back to work.
Yeah, there you
go. What's next for you?
What's next is we have a show this weekend. Oh, I have my own signature guitar pickup for you guitar players looking for the best guitar pickup. It's a humbucker called the Blaze Bucker, and the company's called Carondelet Pickups. And so I'm all my guitars are being installed with Blaze Buckers, and it just came out a month ago. So we're getting ready to do these shows and this festival, and then go over to the UK. The video comes out this Friday at 11 o'clock your time, 10 o'clock Central Time. And then we just continue on promoting this record. Hopefully it sells billions and billions of records. And then
millions.
Millions. And I can fly my private jet, pick you up, and we go ghost hunting.
Yeah, man. I really want to do it so bad, man. Is it fun? Is it fun? Is it worth it?
Yeah, really, especially if you have a good team and good equipment and stuff like that. Here's the deal. A lot of people think that, you go ghost hunting. The ghosts aren't sitting there waiting for you to show up. Sometimes it may take hours and hours and you don't get any evidence whatsoever.
They could be busy doing something. It's ghosts.
We don't know what they're doing, but a lot of times, most people experience things like that when they're not expecting it to happen. So, but it's definitely interesting, and it's educational for sure.
Have you seen any ghosts though? Like, actually, if
I have seen things when I was a kid, I saw things. But now most of our evidence now is we capture voices. We have videos and films. I have an SLS camera that takes, it's called a stick figure camera, we call it. So if an entity manifests itself, this thing does a dot matrix and forms the shape of whatever that is. You've probably seen it, like Xbox uses that same type of technology. Yeah. But we've seen things. I've been touched a lot of times. We get pictures. The biggest evidence that we get is in recordings of voices, like voices of children and people. And it's all stuff that you don't hear when you're doing your recording, but when you go back and listen to your recorders later, you hear them. So we have a documentary coming out in a year about this one big investigation we did. So I'll let you know when it comes out so you can check it out.
I might have the advantage because I'm a kid and I might be able to see them since I'm a young age.
There you go. You're not jaded like us old people are, right? So you might be a little bit more open to it.
Yeah.
Plus, you're cool. Ghosts might like you better. You never know.
Thanks. Huh. How do my followers follow you?
How many? Oh, I have no idea. I know we sold. How do they? I thought you said how many. LillianAxe.com is our website. But if you go on Facebook, the best way is Lillian Axe on Facebook or Steve Blaze on Facebook. But if you go to YouTube or the internet and put in Lillian Axe or Steve Blaze, you'll see hundreds and hundreds of sites and videos and whatnot from our career. So,
fun question time.
Yeah.
We're on death row and it's time for a final meal. What's on the menu, bro?
Final meal. Oh my gosh. I tell you what, something with cyanide in it so I can kill me quick so I don't have to go through the whole process.
So like two cherries, you would have to eat the pit, I think.
There you go. Something that'll kill me so I don't have to go in there and get the injection. All right. If I had to have it, let's say it's not death row. Let's say it's the last meal I'm ever going to be able to eat because they're going to take my tongue out and I can never taste anything. All right. Again. So I'm going to go with spaghetti and meatballs with sushi on the side and one good slice of the best cheese pizza in the world. With dessert is going to be chocolate cake that's been in the refrigerator for 3 days with 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream and a giant glass of sweet iced tea with lemon.
Bubble tea? Do you want bubble tea or just sweet ice?
No, I don't want it. I don't want the bubbles in. I want just plain old Southern Lipton iced tea, a lot of sugar and lemon. That's
hey, man.
See, we're gonna have to go eat lunch when we get off of this, man.
Yeah, we're really going to have to. Seriously, though, I am going to. After this, I'm actually going to eat lunch.
Good deal.
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
Wow. Superpower. Well, that's a great one. All right, while I'm thinking about this, what would yours be?
My superpower, personally?
Yeah.
I would choose lightning. Lightning could be cool. Lightning, like
you just light everything.
Like I can do that. Oh.
I'm gonna go like really big. I'm gonna say whatever I want, I get. That's it.
Oh, if we're gonna use that superpower, I'm gonna choose that. If we're gonna do that superpower, I'm saying all superpowers. I'm taking all that stuff.
Yeah, hey, if you get your choice, unlimited. There you
go. Yeah, if I could really do, yeah, sure. Unlimited wishes, that would be my superpower. Oh, so I could have lightning, super strength. Oh my god, yeah.
You got to be careful what you ask for, though.
But
sometimes powers will take you over.
Like, what lightning do you think I should do? Like, just like lightning, where I just go like force lightning, or should I do something like Shazam?
I would do just like comes out of your hand. You want to put lightning at that door right there. You do that, lightning hits the door.
Or something.
And you control how powerful the lightning is too. Sometimes you might want to just give somebody a little shock. Like, or sometimes you want to obliterate a whole tree. And depending on what finger you stick out will determine power of your lightning. That would work.
That would be cool, yeah. Or super strength. Super strength, I think, would be really cool. I could just pick up any. All right. Let's say you could choose any song ever written by any band, and you can change that song where you wrote it, and you were the one who wrote it, and it was your song. What song would it be, and why?
Wow. Okay. There are two songs that I really like a lot that are great songs written by other artists that I think are just some of the perfect songs written. That I think, man, I wish I'd written that song. One of them is a song called Jar of Hearts by, I think it's Katy Perry. Not Katy Perry. I can't believe I'm saying that. Not Katy Perry. I'm going to tell you right now because I'm looking it up. Jar of Hearts is the name. It's a female artist. Christina Perry. I knew I had one of it done. It's such a great song. It's a piano song with a girl, but it's great. And then there's a song by a band called 11 that was from Seattle a while back ago. They used to play. They were a band. There was a 3-piece band. A guy wrote a song called Simple Kiss, and it was great. And but they don't exist as a band. But the guitar player did a lot of Chris Cornell. Played on Chris Cornell's solo record, and he's a solo guitarist named Alan Johansson, I think is his last name, or Johannes. And he's a really talented guy. But he wrote a song for 11 called Simple Kiss. Those two songs are fantastic songs. I wish I had written them.
Thank you for being on my show. Well, the next time talks at the backstage at one of your shows, dude. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Take me ghost hunting.
I will. Hey, let me tell you what. Let me give you my email address, okay?
Okay.
You can stay in touch with me, and I'll keep you posted on everything that's going on. If you're ever in the area, I'll take you out. We'll do it.
All right, ghost hunting.
You got a pen?
What?
You have a pen? You can write down my email address.
Okay. Give me a second, real quick.
Yeah, take your time, man. Take your time.
All right, tell me.
All right, it's Steve Blaze. My name, Steve, Steve, Blaze, Blaze.
Okay, give me a sec.
007, like James Bond, 007.
Okay, so your name and then 007.
Steve Blaze 007 at yahoo.com. So stay in touch with me, man. Let me know how it's going. Good luck with school. Study hard. And keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing a great job.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
All right, brother.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah. See you, Jam. Bye, buddy.
Bye.